on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. So I got the 3-meter Insta360 extended stick on my X4, and it's fully extended. So just trying to see if it's visible or not, because it does flex a little bit. It's not the most rigid pole, but it works. Where are you going? Taking my dog for a walk around the block. And it's a little bit breezy. I do have what do you call it? The noise reduction on. So we'll see how much it actually reduces any wind noise. I do think the recording of the X4 audio is significantly better than the X3, but don't go by my word. Make your own decision. So I'm shooting in 8K, 30 frames per second, and I'm using a normal color profile. I actually forgot to switch it. I was going to start using vivid. A lot of good comments on vivid color profile from what I've seen from other people that have been posting vivid. So one of these days I'll switch it over to vivid color profile and see what the difference is, but we'll just keep it in normal for now. Typical free store around my block. Gotta get rid of your garbage, you just put it on the street and put a free sign on it. I really do notice when I'm shooting in 8K, I'll be leaving this as a 360 video, but if you look at the clouds, the definition of the clouds is a lot better. It's noticeable for me, but don't take my word for it. Have a look yourself. Tell me what you think. I do find putting this 3-meter stick over my shoulder behind me is a pretty good way to get a chase cam. So I'm just going to flip it over just like this. Probably won't be able to hear me as well, being that the camera and microphones are behind me. So I'm going to speak a little bit louder, and hopefully that camera can hear what I'm saying, and if not, then we'll just call it a test. So to see just how good or not good that audio is at picking it up from behind me 10 feet away. My dog is 12 now, and he doesn't walk as fast as he used to. And he likes to sniff every single blade of grass along the way, so I don't usually try to run him because he is getting old. When he runs too much, he limps. So I'll just go at his pace when I take him around the block. I'm going to shorten this stick up a little bit. Down to about a meter, and see if those googly eyes are jiggling around. Probably not so much on the pavement, but I do have a couple in the front, and I did put one on the side there. and one on the other side too. So when I'm cruising past people, I got eyes in 3 directions anyways. 270 degrees. Hey, get over here. Joey, get over here. Get out of there. Too busy shooting videos, not paying attention to my dog. Hi. We're coming up to the spot where I broke my leg, May 8th, 2022. I still think it was a bullshit nosedive, and even to this day I don't think I'm the one that caused that. I think the board just died and threw me. So come on, let's go. Come on. But since that day, I think I was on 61 miles on this board right here, and I'm almost at 1100. So 1100 miles on this board plus 1100 miles on the previous board that I had. So that's about 3,400 kilometers. For those of you, for 95% of the world that uses the metric system, Canada, we use the metric system and the imperial system depending on what we're talking about. For example, I'm 6'3". We use the metric system, but we still use feet and inches when we talk about our height. I have a hot tub on my deck. It's usually between 104 and 106. When I cook in my oven, everything's in Fahrenheit, but we use the metric system. But then I talked to an American and I mentioned a kilogram or a meter or 20 degrees Celsius, and they're just clueless because they all use the imperial system, and I guess they don't know how to use Google as much as the rest of the world, because I don't seem to have a problem translating miles to kilometers, or Fahrenheit to Celsius for that matter. I think 80 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit is about 25 or 28 degrees Celsius, something like that. 0 degrees Celsius is very confusing for Americans. It's actually 32 Fahrenheit. Freezing point of water. 100 degrees Celsius, also equally confusing. Better known as 212 degrees Fahrenheit for the boiling point of water. But that's okay. I don't hold it against them too much. Them googly eyes are bouncing around. I found my glue gun last night after the Canucks lost against Nashville, and happened to find a bag of googly eyes. Can't even remember what exactly they were bought for, but I guess I saw a bag of googly eyes at the dollar store and needed them for something. I can't even really remember why I bought them, but there they are. So I briefly had my pole straight up over my head at the full extension, so we're going to do that again and just look at you know, what the view's like from, I don't know, I guess the base of the pole is at about 4.5 feet, so 14 feet in the air. very similar to what I shot in Mazatlan for the Eclipse. I do find when I'm wearing a black shirt, it definitely hides the fact that I'm using a pole a little bit better for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, and that exactly spot right there, coming out right there, is where I broke my leg. And it took me 10 or 15 minutes to get on my hands and knees. A car was coming, and I just waved them off. I'm fine. And then I stood up and realized I couldn't walk. So I figured a couple Tylenol and an ice pack would be sufficient. Got a ride home from my dad, who lives around the corner from me. And it wasn't for 5 hours that I decided that 2 Tylenols, well maybe 4, and an ice pack and a couple drinks was not going to cure the pain, and I needed to go to the hospital. And that's when they told me I broke my femur. So I did say I was going to raise this up straight up, but there's this stupid lines running overhead, so I figured I'd keep it down for a bit. Now we'll just hold her straight up, see how she looks. Go for the lunge. Grass. Wonder what a dog says when he barks? I'm a dog. Are you a dog? Maybe? I don't know. That's a good boy. Come on. If you've never seen a monkey tree before, that right there is a monkey tree. They are super prickly. strong right now. I don't know if it's picking up on the mics or not. I'm gonna guess no. Well, I don't know how strong it is. It's not super strong, but stronger than it was. And this whole post is sold. That didn't take very long. This is probably going to be a nauseating video because I'm swinging back and forth and doing circles and don't know until you try how it's going to look. Maybe if you're watching this in 360 in a VR headset, maybe you'll feel like you're one-wheeling too, except for you'll look down and there'll be nothing there, so, and it'll maybe look like you're 3 feet tall. Come on, Chew, let's go. Tomorrow I'm off to Vancouver. I got an insurance industry event that I'm going to tomorrow night. A fundraiser for Mom to Mom, I think is what it is. I believe it's for, I can't even remember, but I think it's something to do with women escaping violence, domestic violence. So that'll be fun. I'll probably take my X4 with me and capture some footage at the event and potentially on the ferry. Be going from Nanaimo Duke Point to Vancouver to Lawson. It's a 2-hour ferry ride. Are you coming? Come on. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Gotta love people's reactions to Onewheels. Either they're super stoked to see you, or kind of give you a little grimace and a scowl, or they just pretend like they can't, like you're invisible. I can't notice you. All three reactions I thoroughly enjoy. So whatever your reaction is, you're not raining on my parade. on, we're almost home. Well, hope you enjoyed watching the googly eyes from the front. Give a little shake there for you. Shaking from the side. Shaking from that side. And that'll be the end of the video. So see you next time.